That is right, guys. You heard it from the song. We are back from the dead once again. I am the BrettMan. I am joined by Destiny, and we are here today to talk about horror movie anniversaries for the month of June. And if you are new here for Back from the Dead, like watching for the first time, kind of like pretty much what we do is we celebrate the horror movie anniversaries for a month, but we decided to do the integrals of like five because like if we like do all of them, we would be here for like 7 hours, and we both already agreed already we do not want to be here for 7 hours because there's a particular show that possibly starts in 6 to 7 hours, so we want to be sure we get rested for that. So we're gonna go at a pretty good pace here tonight, but we appreciate everybody being here. But first, Destiny, how are you doing today?
I am excited. I am scared. Yeah, that's my main feelings of today.
Excited, scared, nervous, mad,
Nervous,
sad,
might
ready to
throw up,
cry. Yeah.
going to cry 100%. I will not be okay if anyone is wondering. No matter how the show, like, I won't be okay no matter what. So I'm mentally preparing myself for that.
Yeah, and I had to officially stop like looking on Twitter because like it's not a spoiler, but this one like tweet said like how many like deaths there are in the final two episodes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm done. Like I'm not gonna, and then I saw one person already crying. So I'm like, nope, I'm
Yeah, I
done.
saw that
Like
too. And I was like
like
at work, and they're like, "What if this person dies?" I was fucking crying. They're like, "Oh my god, you're crying." I'm like, "Yeah, don't fucking say that to me. How about
yeah,
that?"
like shut your fucking mouth.
No,
Like
literally.
you
Anytime I
don't
see your
even
thing, I'm like,
know.
"Shut up."
So let me go ahead and address the chat. Let's see here. We got Matt Fauci from earlier saying we built this city. I'm not sure what city he built, but yeah, we built this. So if then Brendan says Scooby Doo, where are you? He is going to be talked about here tonight. So Scooby Doo is going to be featured on this particular episode. And also, Brendan says running up that hill is stuck in my head. Trust me, I think it's stuck on everybody's head. So, and then we
Yeah.
got Brother Fluff in the house.
Hi.
We got Adrian James. What's going on? Hi there, Brett and Destiny. How's your day been? Boring long.
Long.
Yeah,
It's been
boring.
very, very long.
And it's always like that when we're always looking forward to something.
I
Don't you ever
know.
notice that? Like, it's bullshit.
I've been counting down the freaking hours.
Yeah, and then Twitter, like the Stranger Things account, does it too with like every hour that said 10 hours,
Yes.
9 hours. And I'm like, oh, don't do that. I
And
can't retweet all of it.
on TikTok too, there's a countdown on TikTok for Netflix, and it's like the clock and the clock
Oh,
sounds.
the grandfather. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that's so cool.
So pretty cool.
Hell yeah. I mean, we got Gory Tiger in the house, and we got 11 people right now. That is badass, guys. Thank you all so much.
Hell yeah.
Just for us just to talk about like gush over Stranger Things. We might just talk Stranger Things, but we do have a show, so we gotta get to it. 5-Star Media, what's going on? You didn't think I was going to miss this stream, did you? Dude, I
Absolutely
think this is
not.
one of the, I think maybe the first time you've been on the Back from the Dead chat, so welcome, 5-Star Media. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I don't know. I feel like he's been here before, but if not, showing up.
And to answer this question real quick, Brandon, yes, Eastern time, it is 3 a.m. So that's why we're going to, again, go at a steady pace. So because we got to take long naps so we can wake up for it, because we both plan to watch it, and I plan on doing a TikTok reaction and YouTube short of my thoughts.
Also, if anyone is interested, if you go to the Stranger Things account on Instagram, they're like, what are they called? They're doing this sort of like live Q&A, and it's out, I think, 1:15 a.m. my time, so Central Time. It's 11:15 Pacific Time, and it's supposed to be like a live Q&A, and then I guess like a virtual watch along.
Yeah, screener.com, and I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna copy and paste it in the chat if anybody's interested. So good call on that. And then let me get everybody else real quick. We got Mega Movie C's. What's up, the Wolfman?
Hi.
We got my buddy Cole from high school. What's going on, Cole?
Cole.
We got Return of the Living Flet and Kyle. What's going on, Kyle? And Andy Smith, who I was chatting up in the chat bubble during your and Braid's episode of Jaws for Fear Freaks. So welcome, Andy Smith. Everybody, make sure to make him feel welcome.
Cheers.
Yeah. And then there is Mia. It's that's a good reminder too. Congratulations on 100 subscribers for the Final Ghouls on YouTube.
Thank you. Very exciting.
Even though you all deserve way more. So let's not get them at 100. Let's get them all the way up because eventually they're going to just surpass everybody.
We'll see.
And then we got where did he go? There he goes. Red Rusty 66. What's going on, my friend? Happy end of June, you two Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh man, I am hungry for some eyeballs. Nah, I'm messing. So, let me get that comment for you, and then let me copy and paste this real quick.
Yes,
in the chat.
I have been. I all day at work. It's all we've been talking about because there's a few of us at work that watch Stranger Things, so we've been talking about it like every day since pretty much season 4 has come out. But like the closer it gets, like a girl that came into work at 2 today, she was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "I know, like." Really, like, it is tomorrow, but, like, today's basically the day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just because it is so early. But I was like, I know. And I plan on calling one of my coworkers at, like, 3 a.m. to make sure she's up to watch it before she has to go to work. So, like, I've set so many alarms to make sure I'm awake for this. Like, I've never watched a show like this, like, right when it comes out. So it'll be, like, my first time. So I'm pretty excited to do that. It's just, I have to fucking know. I just need to know. Like, I can't even... I couldn't go a work day without watching it. Like, I have to fucking watch this.
Like, you don't want to, like, sleep and wake up, check your phone, and then there's all these spoilers and all that.
I would break my phone.
Well, let's not do that. And then, what's up, Cody Snyder? How are you doing, bud?
Hi, Cody.
And then, last question, and then we will officially get started here. Andy Smith says, Desi, have you seen The Black Phone yet?
No, not yet, which I'm really upset about.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I was like,
soon.
You need to see it because it is needs to be seen on the big screen.
Yes, I definitely want to see it. Maybe I can this weekend if I'm able to, because I really do want to see it before at least.
I think we'll be both exhausted this weekend because I just now realized this. We got Stranger Things at 3 o'clock my time, 2 o'clock yours. We both got to go to work. Then we got to come home, and then there's the next episode of The Boys, Season 3, that is released. And then the season finale of The Last Drive-In, which congratulations to The Last Drive-In for being renewed a 5th season. So, fuck yeah.
Yes.
And I'm hoping the movies are excellent tomorrow, even though I've been hearing they're supposed to be really damn good ones.
Ooh, I'm really excited. I got to catch up on The Boys. I freaking been slacking.
You have not? Yeah, you do, because last week's episode of Herogasm.
I know. I keep seeing everywhere. I'm just like, what the fuck? I plan on, because luckily for me, I am only working like 4 hours tomorrow because I have a cleaning day at work each week, and it's usually Mondays. And I literally asked my boss if it could be Friday so I could watch Stranger Things. And I even told her, she's like, oh, like, do you have plans or something like you have to do? And I was like, yeah, Stranger Things comes out and I have to really watch that. And she was like, oh my god, you're so ridiculous. But I am going to work at like 8 to 12 tomorrow. So my plan is to come home, maybe take a nap, and definitely catch up on The Boys, and I will have some time.
Bam. There you go.
Bam.
And then I did my phone calls today, which is my least favorite job to do. So tomorrow is just inputting /
See? You got to plan around these things, you know?
I was originally not going to do it, but you talked me into it. I'm like, okay, fine. So
I know. I'm trying to get everyone to do it just so we can all be awake and experience it.
You need to probably message me because I do have a bad habit of turning off my alarm immediately and then accidentally going back to sleep.
See, I do that, but I think with this, as soon as I hear that first alarm, I would be like, because I know, like, this isn't for work. Like, this is important, you know?
Exactly.
So I think that first alarm, I'll hopefully wake up, knock on wood, so I don't fucking fall right back asleep. I would be so upset. I'd wake up pissed.
I'll be sure to send you a message too, just in case. So we'll
Perfect.
be sure to do that. We'll be sure to wake each other up and everybody else up. We'll wake the world
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna be calling
So
everyone.
there we go. So, all right, let's go ahead and freaking start this bad boy. You guys in the chat are awesome. So, I'm going to do the best I can to address the chat. But again, we want to be sure we get a pretty good pace of this show going, just because this one is probably one of the biggest ones we've done when it comes to like the number, like the movies being talked about today. So, I'm going to go ahead and start out with 1977 with The Exorcist 2, The Heretic. Came out in 1977 on June the 17th. Not very good scores, but I always hear at the same time that this movie is not worth a damn. Even though I haven't seen it, but that's just what I hear. Desi, have you ever seen this?
No, but there is a scene that I see a lot, and it's Linda Blair, and she's like I used to be possessed by a demon. Don't worry, he's gone now, or something like that. Like I always see that, and like I think that is so fucking funny. So I want to watch it for that scene alone, even though again, like I've heard it's not very good. But you know, I've watched not very good movies before, so why not?
Just like one we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Oh man, but I should make you just watch this movie. What was I thinking? So
I don't know.
oh, and then what's up, Flopbuster? Flopbuster does have a show tonight, so after you watch our show, be sure to stay just to watch Flopbuster. They're on their live stream tonight. He says Poltergeist, The Thing, and E.T. came out on the same month and year. That's insane. Yeah, not. Wait, actually, did E.T. come out in 1982? Because I thought that came out in 85. I could be totally wrong on that, but I know Thing and Poltergeist were 1982.
What a good year.
Damn, what? Yeah, pretty much just what a good decade in the 80s. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that is true.
And then Flame for Fluff says, Destiny, next time say you have to watch your nephew Fluff Jr.
Got it. Sorry, I can't work at 6. I have to babysit. Dang it.
I have to babysit for somebody in Florida, but you're in Texas. I gotta drive.
I've got to drive. But I will be back in 3 hours.
Oh, and by the way, if you could give me a raise for these gas prices, that would that would help.
You can compensate for all this gas. I would appreciate it.
Oh man. So Desi, do you have anything else from the 70s? That's the only one I got.
So I had 2 from 1972, and I hadn't seen either of them, but I've seen them on Shudder, and they are on my watch list. I have Twins of Evil, which the cover looks really cool, and then I have another one called The Black Belly of the Tarantula, which I believe is a Giallo film. I mean, that title alone, I'm sure it's a Giallo film. I've seen the covers, and they look really interesting, so I plan on watching them at some point. But yeah.
Hell yeah. So at the Twin Evil, I have heard of that one. So I'm surprised I forgot to leave it off the list.
I think
so
it's again, like a vampire movie. I think it's like 2 twin sisters that are vampires. So interesting.
Hell yeah. So no, again, that's why I appreciate you just double checking the work and everything too, because there are a lot of movies, and there's not that one good damn website that just gives 100% accuracy on everything. So I had to use like 5 different websites, and there's going to be 2 of them we talk about. I know they got particular birthdays, but I'll address those when we get to them. So, okay, I say let's not be around the bush anymore. So let's go to 1982. We'll just talk about both movies at once. So the first one, and they're the 2 big ones of the night as well. So we got Poltergeist that came out on June the 4th of 1982. So 40 years old. And what great numbers that this movie has had. And it is on HBO Max, Shudder, and Spectrum. If you got the Spectrum app, if you're eligible through Spectrum. And then, of course, we also got one of John Carpenter's classic movies he's directed, and that is John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982. June 1982 on June the 25th. Wasn't very well received when it first got released, and then later on, over the years, it has gathered a massive cult following. It is now being considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time. And I did research; it is right now on Peacock Premium. I know that says Peacock, but it's Peacock Premium to watch John Carpenter's The Thing. So, Destiny, what are your thoughts on these two big time movies?
Okay, so E.T. did come out in 82
Oh, okay.
because people were so upset because you have this cute little family alien movie, and then The Thing comes out, which is not a cute alien movie, and like people are mad.
Yeah.
So whenever
right.
I just thought about that. Anyways, Poltergeist and The Thing, I think they're both amazing films. I watched both of them. I don't think it was last year. I think it was 2020 for the first time. Maybe Poltergeist was last year for the first time. So I was pretty late to two like huge classic movies, but I really enjoyed both of them. I think they're both fantastic. I really enjoyed Poltergeist probably more than I thought I was going to. I just thought it was a cute, even though it's like a horror movie, it's still really wholesome, you know? Like, I love all the family dynamics, and the scary scenes are pretty cool. The whole part with the kitchen is awesome. I
Oh,
seen this,
yeah.
like, spoofed in Family Guy. It's called Peter Geist. So, like, I kind of had
Yes.
the idea of what the movie was just from, like, that episode. But it was a lot of fun to watch it. I really enjoyed it. And then The Thing, it's amazing. I'm sure everyone knows this by now. It's pretty amazing. The effects, fantastic. The mood, fantastic. The setting, so cool. I made the like mistake
He
though.
says so cool.
I didn't do that on purpose,
Yes.
but it slipped in there. I watched this movie during summer, and it's like it kind of made me feel like disoriented because like you're watching something that's supposed to feel so cold, and it's fucking hot here, and so it kind of like threw my mind off a little bit. But they're great. They're both amazing movies.
Hell yeah. Evan, I should have gotten the picture where you did that one picture where you have that little, like the blood sample one out in the snow where it was snowing in Texas. Like, because that was if you guys, I think that wasn't that the first time you watched John Carpenter's The Thing when you took that picture?
No, it would have been before because I watched it when it was hot outside, and then it was obviously not hot outside. But I saw snow, and I was like, I gotta take pictures with this because when am I gonna get a chance? Because I always see people take cool pictures with their Thing Blu-ray in the snow. I'm like, oh, I can't do that. So when it snowed, I was like, I literally got ready just to walk outside, take some pictures, and I went right back inside and try to get warm again. It was like 12 fucking degrees here. It was terrible.
God, that's still crazy that Texas at 12 degrees. Like, never would
Yeah.
see the day.
Never want to
But
again.
yeah, no, I don't blame you for that. But Poltergeist, I really enjoyed it because it has a lot of Steven Spielberg kind of like remedies to the movie. That's why it kind of is different than most other horror movies of what this movie wanted to be. I would even say Poltergeist is kind of like a way, like a movie, kind of like good to introduce to newer horror fans, like trying to tip their toes like into the horror genre. I feel like should be one of those movies that people need to watch, just to see if they actually want to dive even deeper into the horror genre.
Yeah, I would agree because like I would say the scares are pretty like light for most of the movie. There was that one scene with the guy with his face though, and I was
Oh
like,
yes, that's my favorite
"There's Toby
scene.
Hooper right there. Like that is like Toby Hooper." And again, in that fucking Family Guy episode, Peter's like tearing off his face, and he turns into Hank Hill, and then he goes, "Propane." So it's kind of hard watching that because that's all I could think about. But like overall, like it has a good, like you said, it has that Steven Spielberg quality. Like it feels very wholesome. It has like that sparkle about it. You know, it's very much like your average, like your typical American type feel. Like it feels so American in that sense, of, like the family dynamic and the suburbs and like the house and everything. Like it feels so American. And it was kind of like, I was
Living
like,
on
oh
an
wow.
Indian burial ground.
Yeah, yes, and fucking that scene again. I knew about going in because that's like infamous about the fucking the skeletons and shit like that. So I was
Because
like
it was on
excited to see
the
that.
Curse films.
Yes, it was, which I watched after. But like I knew going in like how the movie was like cursed and stuff, and like a lot of sad things happened. I don't blame the movie for that. I think sometimes when people say that, I think it's a little bit dumb. Like the girl that played not the young daughter but the older daughter, like she wasn't shot and killed because she was in Poltergeist, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was because of a fucking idiot. That's why.
Right.
And like the little girl, she didn't die because she was in Poltergeist. She died because her doctors were fucking stupid and no one
Yeah.
caught on to like what
that
was
one
going
makes
on.
me mad.
That pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
Even like as a kid, I knew about that because like I was her age when I knew about that. I was like, that is so fucking sad. And yeah, learning more about like what actually like happened and stuff, I was like, wow, like it's just both things did not need to happen. You know, neither of them needed to die so young, and it's really upsetting. But I don't think Poltergeist is to blame for that. I think it was just circumstances.
Yeah, just like a big, like a whole big just coincidence. So I kind of agree on that one for sure. But for the John Carpenter's The Thing, I had the privilege to go to one of their special showings at the theater, so I got to saw John Carpenter's The Thing on the big screen, and holy crap. That is when I officially gave it a 5 out of 5. Just because, like mostly what you said, the practical effects. Like, I don't think no other horror movie like now in the future or in the past can even touch what this movie did with practical effects. Like literally the guy who did the effects literally almost like he gave his life for this movie with how hard he was being pushed to work. That's great. I love Kurt Russell in this movie. He's one of my favorites, that performances that he's ever done, except for the Snake Plissken character, because I love when he plays Snake Plissken in Escape from New York and LA. And then, of course, we got to talk about that cheating bitch, the chess computer.
Yeah, what's up with that? You
Cheating bitch.
deserve to break it, even though that sucks. Though it's like the one thing you can do, and you just fucking broke it. It's like
I know, and for everybody else too. I'm like, what the hell are we supposed to do? Like,
literally, now I can't play this game on this janky ass computer.
yeah,
like
what kind of Wi-Fi were they using back in 1982?
Good question. Good question. Must have not been like satellite. It must have just been a game that was in the computer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How you have like those phone games that you can play without internet? Maybe it was that.
Yeah, for me, they better have Minesweeper or the classic pinball. That was my favorite.
Pinball was a lot of fun. Or
Tetris.
Tetris.
Yeah, I think that has some kind of Tetris game on there. But yeah, Tetris is one of my favorites.
Yes, whenever I had like, I think it was like a BlackBerry. I think it came with Tetris. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the snake game, and that would be the
snake game. Yeah.
Yeah, with the little dot. Yeah.
Yes, I like the snake game.
So, any other thoughts about Poltergeist and John Carpenter's The Thing?
Both classics for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. And let me check the poll real quick, because I included both those movies on the poll, what their favorite movie was from June that we're going to be talking about. I kind of like picked the 4 popular ones. And right now, with 18 votes, 44%, hey, my favorite number, is John Carpenter's The Thing. And you know what? Rightfully deserved.
Agreed.
So, and then, Scooby-Doo is beating Poltergeist right now. So there we go. So again, we're going to get to Scooby-Doo talk. So, so let's go to night. Oh, do you have anything from 82?
No, that was it. Just those
okay.
Two.
Great. So, okay, let's talk about 1987. I know there's going to be one you will talk about heavy on, and I'll talk on heavy on the other one. So let's go with yours first. With The Stepfather, came out in 1987 on June the 5th. And I understand this movie had a lot of like release dates all over the place, but for the 5 sources I used, this was the most constant one. That's why I picked it for June the 5th. And this was also shown not too long, I think, or 2 weeks ago, I think. It was shown on the last drive-in, and that was my first time watching it. I thought it was absolutely excellent. But Destiny, I'm going to let you take the floors on this one. What did you think about The Stepfather from 1987?
I thought it was great because growing up, it's one of those movies I had no idea. So I had watched the remake first without having any idea that it was a remake of a different movie, you know? And I love the Stepfather remake so much. I don't care what anyone says. I watched that movie start to finish, start, finish. Like, I would watch it on repeat multiple times a day. So I was obsessed. So then I think it was last year I watched the original for the first time, and I still really enjoy it. I think if I did choose between the remake and the original, I'm gonna go the remake route. I have
Mm-hmm.
to. But I thought the original was great. It was really interesting to see the things that they did originally compared to what I saw in the remake, and I still feel like it's a good remake. Some people are like, don't like remake things and keep everything the same, but you can't make it too different. And I feel like they had a good balance of like, because its son does go off to like a boarding school in a way, and that's the whole threat to the daughter. She's going to go there because she's so bad. I was like, I feel like they did what they should have done, but whatever. But the original is really good. I really liked it. The classic "Who Am I Here?" I love that moment because that is so fucking creepy. Because he's playing all these different personas and he's getting mixed up with who he is supposed to be. And that whole moment is
Oh,
like when
yeah.
you know, like everything is dropped. You know, like if you're ever talking to someone and they just go, "Who am I here?" I'll be like, I'm gone. Get the fuck out of here. Absolutely not. But I think it's a great movie. It's really like suspenseful. I would say it's probably more suspenseful than the remake. But it's really suspenseful. I think what's his name? Terry O'Quinn, something like that.
Something like that. You're talking about the dad from the original, right? Or are
Yes,
you talking about the remake?
original. I'm pretty sure
Original.
that's his name, but he's obviously great in the role.
Oh, fantastic. Even those first opening segments, if you look at the particular mirror in the scene. Because Darcy, the middle girl, pointed it out.
Literally, whenever I was watching it the first time, I was like, "Oh, you see his butt?" I said, "Oh my god, that is his dick." Okay. And the remake does not show anything like that. I'm pretty sure the remake's PG-13, but yeah, you see boobs and you see his full-on dick, and I was like, "Oh wow, they're really showing it." Okay, cool. But yeah, I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, Terry O'Quinn. So you're correct on that. Yeah, so it really is a good movie. I easily have the original over the remake. The remake's not bad. It's just if you're going to put two in front of me, the original did it better.
Penn Badgley.
What?
Need I say more?
Oh yeah,
from the remake.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There.
Sorry, checking the chat real quick. All right. No 5-star. I believe you. You did not bring those sex bots into the chat.
Are they back?
Yeah, they tried to strike, but I took them out immediately. So, because my Richmond was supposed to be here, but she decided to do this show instead. But now I'm messing.
Cheap sex. Cool.
Yeah, so there we go. So, but yeah, again with the Stepfather, I think it's a really good movie. Absolutely, especially if you like are a fan of the Last Drive-In, it's a great like double bonus right there. So I say check it out on Shudder. And then we're going to talk about one of Destiny's favorite movies. Now, I'm kidding because I had to change movies for this. It's Predator from 1987 on June the 12th, celebrating 35 years. So, very good scores. And this recently got available on Hulu. So, that's how I kind of watch it to prepare for this particular stream and for a future stream that me and Brad and Chris are planning on doing. Here in a couple of weeks, we're not too sure yet. Everything is just so chaotic right now. Oh, what's up, Phil D? Welcome. Voted for Predator. You know what? And I don't blame you there because like Predator is just one of those things. It's big time action. It's one. I would say it's one of the most unique horror movies. Like I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, it's not a horror movie; it's an action movie." But damn, if you see us. Yeah, it easily can be both. If you can see a 7-foot predator just staring at you and killing you, like while camouflage, and the little first off, that classic look. When I saw it for the first time, I literally said the exact same thing as Arnold Schwarzenegger did in the movie. You one ugly looking motherfucker.
He's not wrong.
No, he is not wrong. And plus Arnold he has one of my favorite performances of his in Predator 2. Carl Weathers was great in this. Jesse the Body Ventura was in this movie and he was great. Pretty much all the cast was great, and most of them were males. They only had one female in it, just to make sure it wasn't too much of a solo man movie. Even though, unfortunately, they didn't give the girl a whole lot to do, which I feel like that was a little nitpick I have. I feel like she should have gotten more.
Literally, if
But
you're gonna
again,
do that, you might as well just not have her there.
yeah, exactly. Like I almost saw like no purpose of her in the movie. But at the end of the day, though, like Predator is such a great action movie for the first half of it. And the second half, it goes to the whole horror, alien kind of like horror genre route, and it's absolutely fantastic too. I cannot praise Predator enough, and the J Man loves Predator too. So that's my thoughts on Predator. Do you have like any quick thoughts on the Predator? I know you haven't seen it, but any interest or?
I'm interested at some point. There's an episode of Bob's Burgers where Gene has food poisoning. And it's a Thanksgiving episode and he has food poisoning and he wants for Louise and Tina to like make him hate food. And so I think it was Louise, she's telling him the story of the Predator.
Oh
so it's the Predator, but it's bread. But everything, he's like covered in butter, and so the Predator can't see him. He's like, can't see me if I'm covered in butter. That's convenient. And it is so fucking funny. So I want to watch it at some point. I have the idea of like what the movie is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually I own it too. I have the VHS and the DVD. I just
oh
haven't watched
hell
it.
yeah! You should probably watch it on the VHS, in my opinion. Just so you could. Again, it's just. I kind of miss the VHS days too. So like, anytime you say you got it on VHS, I was like, just watch it on VHS and then watch it on Blu-ray. But
it
I
just
say at
feels
least
special.
Yeah, it's just I say at least watch it one time. If you don't like it, fine. If you like it, I would say maybe give Predator 2 a try. The Ever Predators, absolutely not. Except for the new Predator movie called Prey that's going to be coming out on Hulu next or in August. That one I say definitely give it a watch if you after you watch the first Predator and you like it.
I will have to do that.
So, and what's up, ActNet podcast? What's going on? Hey guys,
Hey.
Thank you for joining us, and everybody in the chat. Again, I'm not like ignoring you. It's just y'all are just going crazy right now, and again, we really appreciate that. That's awesome. So I'll try to get to as many like of the comments as I can, and of course, the one of the most famous lines is "Get to the chopper."
Yes.
So let's see here. Okay, that's all I have for 87. Do you have anything else for 1987?
I have 3 that you didn't mention.
Oh,
and hopefully this is right then, if you didn't mention them.
I don't like the tone of that.
Because now I'm questioning it. But I have Blood Rage.
Oh, we talked. I think again. That's the whole like multiple releases and all that. I know, but I'm not going to punish on that because again, there's so many sources and all.
And it does say like the first though, and I feel like usually like the first and the last days of the month, I feel like it could be iffy. But Blood Rage, which we have talked about before, I found Graveyard Shift, which I have not seen, but I have it and I've been wanting to watch it, and it's like a Stephen King adaptation.
Okay,
that's really all I know about it. And then another one, The Witches of Eastwick, which I have not seen, but I really want to. It has Jack Nicholson, Cher, and then 2 other people. I can't remember who they are. I do want to watch it, and I don't think it's a straight up horror movie. I think it's like maybe like how Hocus Pocus is like
kind of like
kid
friendly,
not horror, but it kind of has like those elements, but
or like Halloween Town.
Yeah, something like that. How it has like that whimsical sort of feel. So I haven't seen it, but I do want to, just because of like who's in it. So, and I've seen like pictures of it on Twitter. So I was like, oh, that looks like something I would really like. So
and you had me sold on Jack Nicholson and Cher. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready. You need to probably message that movie to me afterwards because I want to watch it now too because of those 2 alone.
Yes, I will do that. And the other people are like pretty notable too. I just cannot remember who they are.
And then, what's up, Killa? This is Mel from My Killer Podcast. How are you doing?
Hi.
Which Mel, just you need to stay tuned for next month's episode in July because one of your favorite horror movies of all time, we will be talking about. And the hint, we did a watch party for it.
Halloween Resurrection.
No, no, we don't want
It did come out in fucking July, though.
We do
That's
not want you know who showing up.
You're right. I better shut my mouth.
I cannot deal with his stirring shit. So
not tonight.
Especially not tonight.
Not tonight.
All right, I am going to go ahead and go into 1992. This is the only like 1990s movie I saw, and I'm going to make a note of this, but let me go ahead and bring it up real quick. It is Society. I understand this movie came out in 1989, just because it's confirmed by In Search of Darkness, and it's just when it came out in 1989. It came out in the UK first. That's like the original like showing of it was 1989 in the UK, but it made its way to America, like the United States, and June 11th of 1992. And I mainly focus on when we get to celebrate it versus different parts of the world. But no, I am aware that the original birthday is 1989. So, but I just want to say the America release of this was 1992. And yeah, and if y'all know from Fachi Cinema for Watching Tia Drop, the show I do with him, we had Destiny as our special guest because that was her selection on the Wheel of Destiny. Convenience of the name of the wheel right there. So so Destiny, what are your thoughts about Society? Because you obviously know mine, just because it is literally what the fuck did I just watch?
I love Society, and that's the exact reason I chose it, is because Society has one of the craziest endings of a horror movie ever. Because it's just like, what the fuck? And it's gross. All the effects are disgusting and slimy and gooey and wet. And I love it. And I love the characters. I think the characters are funny. It's just like, there's so many like, what the fuck moments of the movie that make me laugh so hard. I would say the movie's like pretty slow up until that end, but I feel like it's one of those movies that's like, it is like a little bit of a slow burn that you probably wouldn't think it would be, because if you watch something like Reanimator, I would say Reanimator's pretty crazy throughout. And this movie, it has like weird moments, like questionable moments, but up until that ending, you don't really know exactly what's going on, but whenever like shit goes crazy, it goes really crazy. And so I think that ending is like worth that. Like the whole time I was watching, I was like, oh man, I just can't wait to get to the end, just because like I want to see their reactions. But I really, the shunting, yes. The thrill of, or was it the thrill of the hunt and the taste of the shunt? Perfect.
God. And then of course the classic line. Guess what? You're right. I am a butthead.
I am a butthead.
The best joke. I don't even think that was the best joke in the movie. The best joke in the movie is, "What are you wearing?" Yeah.
There's just so much in that movie that's just so crazy. And like when the friend finds out like that our main character has died, and he was just like, no, like what? Like that's not. That's so funny. That is so funny. So I think it's a great movie. I know it's not for everyone, but I love it.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 because, again, I'm just iffy on body horror in general. But I will say I did have a very fun time, not only with that movie, but when we did that watch party as well. It was a very unique one, too. Plus, just to see also Matt watching it for the first time and him freaking out like that.
It was great.
Yeah.
5-star media. Oh, sorry. He said, question for Destiny. Would you recommend Society as a must-see or a pass? I say, like, everyone should watch it once. I think everyone needs to see it at least one time just to experience that ending. So, I think it's a must-see.
Yeah, and I'll even say, too, and, thank you, Agnak, for joining us. Go have a good supper, my friend.
Yeah.
But to answer, like, my little opinion on this question, too, is... I say if you want to tip your toes into body horror, I would think this would be a perfect movie too.
Yeah, because like it is gross, but it's not like gross and like
it's not bloody.
it's not, yeah, like it's not like a body mutilation sort of, like that's the stuff I don't like. But this, like, just like people conjoined all together, like it's weird. But like the only part that I got nauseous from watching Society is when he coughs up like the hair, like the
Oh,
main mayor guy. That part made me
mm-mm.
want to, like, that I was like watching it and I was like, ugh, just because like
Yeah.
that is gross. But everything else, it wasn't, I didn't get bothered by it. And I don't like body horror, really, like, but I don't like body mutilation horror. And this isn't like a movie I would like show my mom, you know, like I don't think it's a must see for everyone on the planet, but like for a horror fan, I think it's probably like a must see.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with that too. And wait, I just had a thought. Crap, I forgot the thought. I hate when that happens, but if I think of it, I'll re-say it and all that. Oh no, I know the thought. I say at least this movie is not like The Seed on Shudder,
Which is very much, whenever I was watching it, I was like, this is Society.
yeah,
This
but
is like
like,
Society and the Thing. And it was
oh,
very weird. And that's a
mm-hmm,
movie that I don't think is a good slow burn up until the crazy shit.
mm-mm,
No. That movie,
no,
that movie was, the only thing I
hey,
can remember is the crazy part. I feel like Society has a lot of memorable parts that aren't
right.
the shunting scene. But the Seed, that was like the only good part of the movie. That's when I was like, oh fuck, like they're doing something. That's cool.
Yeah, and I hated the characters in The Seed too.
Because it's
Society.
like for me with the Seed, like if you're gonna have like bitchy characters, like fully make them bitches. Don't just make them like not bitches, you know? If you're gonna make them bitches, go all out to make them bitches.
Exactly.
Not just like, I don't know, like if you're gonna be mean, be mean. Don't just like, I don't know. The Seed was not very good.
Hmm. Let me go ahead. I'll get this question real quick before we enter the 2000s. Is Desi, have you seen movie Hell House LLC director version? If you haven't, you must see it.
I have not seen the director's version. I've only seen the, I guess, like the regular version.
Hmm.
Um, but I think the director's version is on like Tubi or something. Can you bring me
Yeah, and it's one of my personal. It's actually probably my favorite found footage flick
You know,
for
honestly,
horror.
I was a little bit disappointed by it
You were
because
oh,
everyone's like, "It's so fucking scary, dude." I was like, "Scary? Okay." And I was
it
watching. I
freaked
was
me the
like,
hell out.
I didn't get scared. I did not get scared, and I watched it with the lights off, with my headphones in and everything. So I was like, I'm gonna get scared, and I was just like, I did not get scared. I was like, oh, like I don't think it's bad. I still enjoyed it. I didn't think it was scary.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But and the Pod Mortem podcast did a good episode for Hell House LLC too.
That
So
was. It wasn't the first episode I ever listened to from them. I think it was the second episode I listened to,
mhm.
because I think the first one I listened to was like Jennifer's Body. And I
Yes.
don't know if it's a good idea to like start a new podcast and listen to one of your favorite horror movies, because like they did like it. They did, you know, call some shit out from the movie that like just wasn't like, they didn't think it was good. And I was like, oh, okay. But I love Podmortem. They easily became one of my favorite
Hmm.
podcasts. They're like, I listened to them. I pretty much caught up with all the episodes.
I'm not there just yet. I'm still like in the 80-ish
Hmm.
because I'm on Ready or Not right now.
I kind of skip around. Like
Yeah, I
I'll
do too.
just,
Like if I
yeah.
haven't seen it, I'll skip it, and when I watch it,
Hmm.
I'll go back to it. But like I'm just trying to catch up to
That's what
it
I
because
wrote down the movies they've covered that I haven't seen, so I can see them, so I can go back and listen to the episodes.
oh, dude, that's smart. And plus, I recently became a patron of theirs too, so that's why I'm trying to catch up too.
I'm going to. I keep meaning to do it. I am
Join the
going to.
club because I'm trying to push him to do your next because I even messaged him about it. So I'm surprised you haven't done your next. Like, oh, trust me, it's been mentioned. So once I see that poll to vote for your next,
Yeah.
it's on. It's on. Yeah, that's. So shout out to Pod Mortem podcast right there. Another great podcast. It did come at Destiny. You just had to do it.
Oh no, he's here. Also, Podmortem. They're from Texas,
Yeah, I recognize that too. So you
which is
need to.
cool.
I bet they'll be at the horror fest. Your horror fest.
Unfortunately, like where they live, they went to Texas Frightmare. Because where they live, they're really
okay.
far from me.
Damn.
I was like, damn it, because I really would love to see them at the Houston one. But they went to Texas Frightmare. I was like, fuck, another reason why I should have went, because I could have got to meet them. That would have been so cool.
Oh, absolutely. So hopefully you do get to meet them someday because they seem like pretty cool people.
Yes, they fucking crack me up. I'll be at work laughing out loud, and people are like, I'm like, oh, I'm listening to a podcast. Sorry. Like, fucking, they make me laugh so much.
You got a boss. Like, that's the only thing I love when they do is like, you got a boss, because I knew that was something from I Know What You Did Last Summer when they were making fun of Ray.
They're amazing.
So, all right. Sorry, the bot's back again. I had to shut them down. Oh, I thought they were flipping me off. I'm like, oh, that was a compliment. But so let's see here. All right. Did you have anything else from the 90s?
I also found Stepfather 3.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because he died. I feel like he died in the first one.
There's a second one. And the second one has, what's her name? No. From Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Bill Moseley?
No, the girl.
Oh,
God,
Carolyn Williams.
Yes, thank you. Caroline Williams. She's in the second one.
Okay.
I have not seen. I've seen half of the second one. I need to finish it because I just stopped watching it one day. But I have not seen the third one. But I want to at some point, even though I've heard that it's not that good. But whatever.
And is that the only one you had in the 90s? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and enter 2000 in the 2000s here. So we're going to go with Scooby. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's go with the better movie between the two.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's your boy.
Is that fucking Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
Play one psychotic killer in Dahmer. So, but I just wanted to give that a shout out real quick. I'm going to safely assume you haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Honestly, no interest in seeing it. I'd rather just do the documentaries of it. But I know what you really want to talk about, though, Desi. So let's give the people what they want. Let's give what you want. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo came out in 2002 on June the 14th. Those rotten numbers are a tragedy. Trash bullshit, because they obviously do not know how to have fun, because these characters that we all know and love were so perfectly cast. So I just don't understand how you don't appreciate this. I understand Scrappy's in it, and I hate Scrappy. Like Destiny knows this. I absolutely hate Scrappy. He annoys the absolute shit out of me. But if I do like him, it is in this live action one, just because Manly at the end goes, I would have gotten away with too if you weren't for you manly mother. But they closed the door on him, like, cause I was like, that's the Scrappy I wanted. But again, it's a G show, so of course they had to tone it down. But so Destiny, I'm gonna let you pretty much take the floor, because again, I love this movie. I know you love this movie more than anybody I ever know. So what are your thoughts on Scooby-Doo?
Out of all the movies I have written down, Scooby-Doo is probably my favorite, even over The Thing and over Poltergeist, because I grew up watching Scooby-Doo. I grew up watching Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Like the original, like 68, 69, like that original TV show for Scooby-Doo. I grew up watching the fuck out of that. So then as a kid, when I saw the live action and I saw who was in it, like these people already recognized from other movies I love, like Matthew Lillard. I was already watching Scream by the time I was watching Scooby-Doo. So right there alone is amazing. And I just fucking love Scooby-Doo. It's amazing. It is so good. I feel like the effects still look really good for it being 2002. Like, Scooby looks fucking real. I don't care what anyone says. Scooby looks like his own fucking person. It is so funny. The whole island is so cool. I would love to go to an island like that. The whole Mary Jane scene with the face like being fucked up, that used to like kind of freak me out as a kid because she looks creepy as hell. And the monsters I thought looked great. And Daphne is a badass. Yeah. And I love that she gets to be a badass because I think it's so cool, especially like watching it like as a little girl. You have Daphne, who's always the one in the shows out.
The damsel in distress.
Yeah, like she's just there and she fucking gets to save herself and save others. And like as a little girl, I was like, that is so cool because like I hadn't seen much of that sort of like the woman being the badass, and so like watching it as a kid, I was like, that is really freaking cool.
And I give
And
credit to Sarah Michelle Gellar for bringing that kind of Daphne out of the character.
yes, dude, one of my favorite interviews is about this movie, and it's Sarah Michelle Gellar saying like, you know, like how this movie's for everyone, and like you have a woman being a badass, and you have all this and this and this and that, and then Freddie Prinze Jr. is just like, it's a movie about a talking dog. That makes me laugh so fucking hard every time I see it. But yeah, Scooby-Doo is just amazing. And it's so fun to watch as an adult, not realizing stuff that's in there, like as a kid. Like there's a lot that I never picked up on, but like as an adult, I'm like, this movie was raunchy as hell. Mm-hmm. And it has fucking Demon from
I was just about to say, I know, and we both were like, what the fuck?
Yes,
like I didn't know that.
I was just like, oh my god. And I love doing that. Rewatching a movie I watched so much as a kid. And even though I watched Friday 13th Part 5 so much as a kid, I never realized that he was in the movie with the fucking chicken.
It was the wig.
I think it was. But yeah, it's just, Scooby-Doo's amazing.
Mm-hmm. It really is, because again, I grew up with the cartoon show as well. Like I even saw the live premiere of Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island back in '97. Like that, I was so invested into it. Like, so I love Scooby-Doo, but not as much as you, because you know the episodes by heart. You know the live action movie by heart. And of course, we did that watch along for the second one, and you were so knowledgeable on it. So, like, you're the queen when it comes to Scooby-Doo.
Which is my favorite out of the two.
Hey,
controversial opinion, because I know a lot of people, which I love both of them. I could watch either one of them at any point during the day, but I do love the second one because you have all those original monsters from the show, and that's what I love so much about it, is seeing like those original characters from the original series, to see them like in live action. That's probably why I always loved it so much, because like that was so freaking cool. But both movies, I think, are so much fun. They are so good. And it's just like, if I ever just need to have like a fun sort of time, I'll just put on one of the Scooby-Doo movies. And it's just amazing. Really almost anything Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, unfortunately, they took them off on Hulu, but they're on HBO Max now.
Unfortunately, you got me the double feature, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I tried to find them like individually, but that's the only way you could get the second one on Blu-ray.
I was so upset because I bought Scooby-Doo from Goodwill, and I always check my movies. Always. I go to watch it one day. It is not Scooby-Doo in there, and I was like, how the fuck did I not check this? Because I always do. So then I found another copy at Goodwill. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Watching it, and then it just stops working. And I was like, I will never be able to own Scooby-Doo, will I? Because it keeps getting fucked up. But finally I do. They both work. I've seen them both a few times since owning this. I think I watched the second one on my birthday.
You did.
That was one of the movies I chose for my birthday.
Because I was like, hell yeah, she's watching the movies. I got her.
And I went on Twitter, and that's when Betty White died.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching Scooby-Doo, and I was like, watching Scooby-Doo, I was like, at least I have Scooby-Doo. Can't have shit. But yeah, it was a good time.
But, what's up? Sorry. Let's see here. Castellar Garcia, what's going on? Popcorn from the 90s was fun. Yep, that is high on my watch list.
I was a little bit let down just because of the way, like, I hear people talk about it. It's still fun. It still is a lot of fun. But I was just like, oh. I don't know what I thought the movie was going to be. I didn't know it was a slasher movie. Honestly, I had no idea what kind of movie I thought it was, but it's a slasher. But it is still a lot of fun because they use a lot of like movie gimmicks that they used to use, and so like that right there is pretty cool.
Oh hell yeah! So, but yeah, it's high on my watch list, especially when I saw the trailer on one of the breaks they did for the last drive-in. So hell yeah! And then of course I gotta give Bacon some love. What's going on, Bacon? Hashtag Canadian Bacon. Nah, miss, because we're having that controversial opinion battle right now. So, but he says love Dahmer. That's a great movie. So okay, fan. I guess I'll just have to give it a chance.
I won't.
I know, because of the whole Jeremy Renner and the whole ornament ordeal.
Yeah.
Hashtag fuck Jeremy Renner. So, and then what's going on, Ben Grimm? Mystery Incorporated is the best version of Scooby-Doo.
I honestly don't think I've ever watched Mystery Incorporated.
I don't think so either. But hey,
I never watched any of the newer Scooby Doo. I always watched the
oh
original
my gosh.
and what is it called when they're kids?
Oh,
A pup
a
named
pup name.
Scooby Doo.
I
God,
love
I
pup
fucking
name.
love a pup named Scooby Doo so much. But yeah,
Especially when that's where I learned about red herring
red
and
herring.
what
Yes.
it means. Because and I think that's the greatest horror joke of all time. Is I know who did this. Red herring. It's not me. I wasn't in this episode. But man, it's great. So we love Scooby Doo. So happy 20th anniversary to Scooby Doo live action.
Mm-hmm.
So Desi, do you have anything else from 2002?
I have one, which I have not seen either, but it's called Bubba Hotep. And I believe that's the one where. What the fuck is his name? Oh my god. Bruce Campbell. Yes. Okay. I think that's the movie where he plays Bubba Hotep, I want to say. Which I think it's like the James Jones guy with the Colt. I think that's what it is.
Trying to remember, but I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I haven't seen it, but I saw it listed and I was like, oh, okay. Thought I would mention that one.
Hey, always gotta show Bruce Campbell some love. So
I wanted to call him Bruce Williams, and I was like, it's Ash Williams. But it was what? What's his real last name?
Same person.
Yeah, so. I'm sure people understood what I was saying.
So let's go ahead and go to 2007, where we got Hostel Part 2 was released on June the 8th, and you can watch this on Tubi right now. Not very successful, like according to these rotten numbers from Rotten Tomatoes. And then, of course, fam, we got the movie that you suggested for me to watch, Destiny, and that is 1408. That was released on June the 22nd with freaking Samuel Jackson and John. God, why can't I pronounce his last name right now? Is it Cusack?
Cusack?
Yeah, Cusack. Okay, yeah, that was it. I was close. But yeah, so that movie came out. I'll talk about that movie first because I haven't seen Hostel 2, and then we'll go with your thoughts. But for 1408, I really enjoyed it because it is what you're called your typical 2000s looking movie. Like you could just tell when you put on a movie, like, oh, that movie's from the 2000s. This one had 2000s written all over it. But just when they get to the hotel room, like the whole hotel, I love just like the small condensed room. Because that's kind of scary, especially for some people who are just scared of like small spaces. And plus, the main note I have for this movie is the ghost in 1408 is a major dick. Because like he really not only does he like mess with John's character a lot, but I mean like really personally attacks him. Like with like all the bad choices that he made in his life and all that, and the guilt that he carries. But I won't go into much more detail about it, just in case anybody hasn't seen it, because I say watch it. But I really, really enjoy 1408, so I appreciate you you picking that movie for me to watch.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped immediately. Going, oh, she hasn't seen it, so I
wanted to watch it before this because I picked it out for you, and then I fucking forgot that I wanted to watch it. Mainly because I've been painting, and when I'm painting, I don't want to watch a new movie because I'm not going to pay attention.
Because
like,
you won't, yes.
So I was focused on that, and so I made my first painting, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it tomorrow. And then I started another painting, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I didn't watch it, but I do want to. And I was watching Night Watch Zone's live stream this morning, and they kind of were talking about 1408 for a little bit, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen it yet. And he was like, it's really good. Like, you should watch it. So I think I'm going to try to watch it this weekend.
Hell yeah. Oh, you'd probably be like, never painting, hell BrettMan. Painting, BrettMan. Fuck Brett, painting.
I do need to watch it, though, because I fucking own it. I have the DVD.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So you got no excuse now. So exactly, you got to just put it on top of your DVD player. That would be your reminder. And plus, when I was watching this movie, too, Jason from Sinister Cinema saying he really enjoys this movie, too. So, and I trust anything that man says when it comes to the horror genre.
Yeah, because he's really particular, I would say.
Oh, yeah, he's really picky. So he's we like really gives... Exactly.
Just
So
like
when
Matt, you never know what to say about a movie. You have no
yeah,
idea what they're gonna say.
fucking Matt gave The Shining a 5 out of 5 perfect score, but it's his second favorite 1980s movie of all time. What the
Yeah,
actual
and his
fuck?
first was The Fog.
Which I knew you had no complaints on that one, but
I do love The Fog.
oh yeah, it's such. I want to rewatch it ever since Matt did that stream, so I want to rewatch it. And then 5 Star Media, I enjoyed the stream, but gotta go. So have a blessed day until we meet again. Thank you so much, 5 Star, for joining us.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your night.
Absolutely. And then, of course, I'm seeing a lot of love for 1408. So hell yeah. So way to go. So Destiny, any thoughts on Hostel Part 2?
I don't think I've seen it. I don't know which. I've definitely seen the first one. And I'm pretty sure I've seen another one, but I don't know which one I've seen because Hostel, those are not my favorite kind of movies. Like, I don't.
Same.
I remember I watched one night and I literally had to turn it because I was about to throw up. I was like, because that's the exact shit I don't like in movies. Like, that's the stuff I can't handle. And so I don't think I've seen the second one, or if I have been, it's parts of it. Like,
I
I've
think
never
the
watched
second
it
one's the
fully.
one with the females.
Yes, because I've seen.
The first one's the males.
And they're all dicks. Really, they're all just gross. It's like one of those Eli Roth sort of. That's why sometimes I'm questionable about him, because sometimes his movies I'm like, you know, right? Either male or female or whatever, like the best way, you know. Like a lot of times they're just like gross dicks. And I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Okay, so I don't think I've seen the second one. I might have seen parts of the third one.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I got no interest in the whole franchise in particular because that's not me because that's
Not my
like
cup of tea.
that's just like Saw but just going to another level.
Saw, but gross.
Yeah, exactly.
And Saw itself can be a little gross.
Oh yeah, big time. So that's our thoughts on Hostel 2. Did you have anything else from 2007?
No, I did not.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go to 2012, where I have 4 movies. So I'll mention them. So whatever one you want to talk about, we'll talk about. Because I know there's one particular that you'll just trash, but you'll know what it is when we pull it up.
I think
But
I do already.
oh yeah, let's go ahead and pull it up anyway. So that is Piranha 3 Double D from 2012, June the 1st. It's on Tubi. We sort of went after this movie when we talked about Piranha. I believe it was the last one. It was the last one or the April one. Can't particularly remember, but I just remember trashing this movie, and we'll be happy to trash it again. And then, but the one we will absolutely not trash is The Loved Ones. And I understand too that this movie came out in 2009, but this film was making its way through the film festival circuit. And I really don't count that as what we call an actual release. But this had a limited release in America in 2012 on June the 1st. So that's why I gave it credit for 2012. But I totally understand this movie did came out in 2009 as well. And then what else we have? We have Prometheus came out on June 8th, which Destiny, if you don't know what this is, just in case, this is like another direction of the Alien franchise. And I actually hear good things about this movie. It's the next one, Convenience. God, I can't see. Can't even say that one because I really cared less about that one because that one was dog shit. This one I actually hear is pretty okay. And then lastly for 2012 is Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Hunter. Came out on June the 20th. Yeah, I know the title alone because this movie's on my watch list too. June 22nd. And I can't tell a lie. This movie does look like a fun time.
I feel like I've seen parts of the Vampire Hunter, whatever. Abraham Lincoln. Ow. That hurt. I'm just like scratched the fuck out of my nose. I feel like I've seen parts of that. I have not seen Prometheus, obviously, because I've only seen the first 2 Alien movies. And then,
which is good enough, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen probably the best ones. Boom. Can't give me shit for that. But The Loved Ones, however, is fantastic. I fucking love The Loved Ones, and I actually made Maddie watch that with me. I would say I think it was a couple weeks ago. It wasn't this past weekend we hung out, but maybe the time before that I showed it to her. It's like, you really got to watch this, because I bought it from the convention we went to in October, and then every time she would come over, I would just forget that I wanted to show her The Loved One. So finally we watched it. It was really fun to see her reaction, because she was just like, oh my God, no, no. And I watched this movie whenever it did snow here, because I was needing movie recommendations. Lee suggested The Loved Ones, and I was like, okay, cool. So glad he did, and I'm glad I watched it, because it's great. And the freaking main character, Xavier, I think is his real name. Yes, that man is so fine. I think he looks his best in this movie. I love long hair and guys, and it's greasy and dirty, and it's just so good. And Lola is so good as a villain. She is one of, I think, the best female villains, and I feel like she doesn't get talked about a lot, but she is definitely up there. She is so great.
That bitch is crazy.
She is fucking crazy. Her dad's crazy as fuck too. I wouldn't say her mom, but I would definitely say her fucking dad is crazy too. And just like everything that they're doing is so crazy. And it's like an Australian horror movie, which is pretty cool.
It is.
So The Loved Ones, it's fantastic.
Absolutely, it's fantastic. And I remember like just scrolling through Amazon Prime. I'm like, come on, there's got to be something good on. So I kept scrolling, and then I saw The Loved Ones. I actually, yeah, because I remember you mentioning it. I'm like, this is something she mentioned. I'll just play it. Just why not? I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I almost did give it a golden reel on first watch, because I was not expecting what was down below. And that's a whole big what the fuck moment. Like probably probably a top 10 what the fuck moment for me in the horror movies I've seen. But you're right, Xavier was really good in this movie. Even I kind of wish he would have gotten got, because he was dating Sharni Finchen in Bait 3D. And
well, they broke up though, and Bait.
Yeah, but they got back together.
Trauma bonding. It's gonna happen. You survived a shark attack.
She my girl. True. No one can have my celebrity crush.
See, I'll take him. You can have her.
All right, there we go. Party. Problem solved. And she'll probably get me like she did her other boyfriend, and you're next. But we're not going to talk that negativity. But The Loved Ones, though, yeah, absolutely highly suggested. Australian film, like Destiny has said. So easily check that out if you have not. And let me pull it up again. Unfortunately, it's not streaming. Of course, this one's not streaming, just because of how good it is, too. So I say it is well worth the rent.
Yeah, if it's like $2, $3, $4 somewhere to rent, I would definitely get it. Or I would just, if you collect physical media, I would just buy it. Just buy it. Luckily, whenever I got it, it was only $5 at the convention.
Lucky.
And I was like, oh, fuck yes, $5 for this? I'm getting that. And I'm really glad I did, because it's just so good.
Hell yeah. It definitely really is. And new person in the chat. Let's see here. Death Punch 70. What's going on? And welcome to Good Real Hunting and Back from the Dead. So I love Vampire Hunter. Was better than I thought it would be. Yeah, and I already know going into it, it's going to be one of those turn your brain off movies and just have a good time with it. So I'm really looking forward to watching it.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln killing vampires. What the hell more do you want?
Exactly. If you go in expecting a serious movie, context clues. Context clues. It's in the title.
So let's see here. Do you have anything else from 2012?
Are we going to talk about Piranha 3 Double D?
I thought you wanted to skip it because we already hated on this movie in the previous episode. But you know what? Let's hate on it again. So Destiny, I'll let you. Let's just call this hashtag rent mode.
This movie is, oh my God. Like, going in, I knew those scenes because Chris had talked about those fucking scenes. Well, specifically the sex scene. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? But, this movie is just not good. Like, Piranha, the 2010 one, it's fun. Like, it's a lot of fun. it's so much fun. This movie is not fun, and you would think it would be because it's set in like a water park. And I was like, oh, that's cool, but it's just not. It. I feel like it tried to be too silly,
Yeah,
and I
and
feel like,
especially with you, because how much you love Jaws 3D with the water park aspect. Yeah, you thought you would love this movie, but
but I didn't because it was just bad. Like I was just like this. None of this like I don't know, like if you I feel like if you're making like a good bad movie, like you still have to have some like I don't know, you have to still play it straightforward, I guess. Like I don't know. Everything about the movie was just off for me. The beginning is so fucking weird. I think I've already talked about it. The fucking cow farts out a fucking piranha egg. That's what you see in the first few minutes, and I was like, oh no. Like I like humor and stuff, but I don't like this kind of humor. Like
yeah.
that doesn't work for me. And I was like, this no, I don't like stuff like that. I think that's disgusting. But I was just like, oh, and I don't know. There's obviously a lot of tits everywhere. At a water park where kids are, even though it's a restricted area, I don't think that would fly. I still don't think that would be allowed. Like that would have to be an after hours sort of thing. But whatever. The sex scene is crazy, and I was expecting it to be crazier. I was expecting to see some crazy shit. And it is crazy. I mean, they're having sex and the piranha is inside her vagina and bites the guy's dick off. Like that's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. And the characters were just dumb. It's just
Yeah.
dumb. Like it's just so dumb. And not like a fun kind of dumb. It was just like I don't know. I don't like it. I never will watch it again. I will watch Piranha 2010
All
over
day,
this
every day.
like a million times. Like I would rather watch Piranha 2010 17 times in a row than have to watch Piranha 3 Double D ever again. I
You know,
just
yeah, I absolutely don't blame you because I shut it off after 15 minutes of the movie just because I'm like, if this is the way they're going to go with it, no, I'm done. And then when you mentioned that particular scene, I did look that up just to see what the fuck, and
yeah.
not in a good way. So
No, it
like
was just
so take that movie, throw it away, burn it, whatever you want to do. That movie is officially, like for me, dog shit from a horse's ass.
yeah, no. There's like nothing really redeeming about it.
Mm-mm. No, it's sometimes you could enjoy a bad movie like for
Of
the good,
course.
like for the right reasons, but no, not this one.
No.
Skip it. So let's see here. Do you have anything else from 2012? All right, so we're going to go on to 2017, where we have The Mummy. This is the one with Tom Cruise, not the Brendan Fraser one. So June the 9th. Yeah, very disappointing numbers, but guess what? Very disappointing movie because I saw this in theater. Probably one of the most disappointing movies of all time for me. Like of how but like just so disappointed I was because I had such a great idea and concept, execution horrible. And then we got 2017 47 meters down. You actually mentioned this on Fear Freaks the other night. So I'm like,
Mhm.
yep. So we're going to be talking about it here. And this one's on Hulu right now. And I feel like these rotten numbers need to be a little bit higher. So, Destiny, what are your thoughts about both of these movies? Or actually, probably haven't seen the Mummy one. So, what's your thoughts on 47 meters down?
I really enjoy 47 meters down. It's probably definitely like up there with my favorite shark movies because I think the idea of it is so cool. Like I was saying the other night on Fear Freaks, like I've always kind of wanted to be in like a cage and like look at sharks. Like I've always like the idea of it I think is super cool, but I've always been fucking terrified of it. And then especially when this movie came out, I was like, it's never happening now. Like any
Yeah,
like inkling I
same.
had to do it, I will never do it now. Even though like they were doing like sketchy, should do that, but like whatever. But I think 47 meters down is really good because not only are you worried about the sharks, you are worried about getting the bends, and your fucking brain could pretty much just like rot away inside your head because of like the air compression. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay. So you have two things that are like working, and then they're running out of oxygen. So you have several different things like working against you, not just sharks, which I really enjoy that. It's not just a shark movie. It's like just being stuck underwater. Like you can't just swim up. And then the fucking cage is like on her leg, and then it's causing her leg to bleed. I was like, oh my god, like everything that can go wrong is going wrong for these girls. The only thing I didn't really like about the movie is like the ending, because I thought the ending was kind of weird. Because they had like a fake out ending, and I was just like, what's real? What is real at this point? But besides that, I think the movie is a lot of fun. It's a really dark movie, like literally dark, like you can't see. So you have to like turn your brightness all the way up because they're underwater. But I thought it was really good. And like every time you think they're gonna get rescued, they don't. They don't. It just fucks up again.
Because it's just something else bad goes wrong. So it's
and
like
the whole idea of like when they're sinking down and it has like the 47, it's just like, oh no, oh man, it's just so good. So I really like 47 meters down a lot.
hell yeah, and I liked it too, but kind of like you, like the ending is kind of like whether you like it or you don't. It's just I wasn't the biggest fan with the ending, just because with as much hell as those two girls got, those sisters gone through in the movie, you kind of want them to make it out there. So
Yeah,
especially when they make good characters.
Yeah, and they went through so much, you know, like they've been through a lot, and you really want both of them.
Yeah,
to
even
make
before they even hit the water, what like the Mandy Moore character went through a lot with her cheating boyfriend or fiance?
Yes, and here's the thing. He's like, because he pretty much says she's like too boring and stuff.
Yeah, that was.
And I would like to say I'm a boring person. Like I don't do shit like that. And this is why you don't do shit like that, because she did this to like adventure out, you know, to like kind of impress him. And then all that shit happens. Like, no, I'll be boring. I don't care. I would rather sit my ass at home than be fucking attacked by a shark. So I will be boring.
So there we go. There is the lesson of this stream. Being boring is not only cool, but it saves your life.
Exactly.
So there we go. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, I thought like 47 Meters Down is a good shark movie. Is it the best shark movie? No. But trust me, I've seen some stinker shark movies. This is not one of them. So go Hulu. If you have Hulu, I say check it out.
And in my opinion, way better than 47 Meters Down Uncaged.
That's the one I have not seen that one yet. Bad.
And like Johannes Roberts did the movies, the first and the second one, and he's the one that did The Strangest Prey at Night.
Oh.
And I was like, no.
I bet the studio got involved with the second one.
It's just like everything about it was stupid. And like I swear, and it was funny because I was watching it because the sharks would like open their mouths and it's like I don't know if the music is kicking in or if it's literally the sharks, because it sounds like wah, and like they're opening their mouths. And I remember I watched Chris Stuckman's review about it, and he was like laughing. He's like, the sharks scream. I was like, thank you, because I thought I was on something. I was like, every time they open their mouths, it's like the music kicks in, but it makes it look like the sharks are literally making that noise. And it made me laugh every time, because I was like, whose decision was this? Like, this isn't scary. Now it's just silly because it sounds like the sharks are literally screaming. So I watched his review and I was like, thank you. Thank you for that. Because the whole time I was watching, I was like, and there's this moment, and it's like one of the worst looking things I've seen in a more recent movie. The CGI looks so bad. I was just like,
oh no.
I laughed so hard because it looks so bad. So it was definitely disappointing because I really enjoyed the first one. In Uncaged, I thought that was cool because they're not stuck in a cage, you know? They're swimming around. But the whole idea of the movie, like the blind sharks, because they've been shut off in this, like, part of the ocean, like in these, like, sort of, like, cave things underwater. Like, that's kind of a cool idea. It's like fucking The Descent, but sharks in the water. And I didn't like it. Like, at all. I don't think I'll ever watch it again.
So, okay. So, let me write that down. Crumble it up.
Oh, yes. He did do the new Resident Evil movie, too.
Did he?
Which I did not watch, but he did do. Which I was kind of excited for that, just because I love Prey at Night.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, and so we'll just watch more Prey at Night. So,
exactly.
Let me get Cup of Joe. What's going on, Cup of Joe? He dislikes Tom Cruise. I disliked him in that movie, but Top Gun Maverick, totally different story.
I think Tom Cruise as a person is weird.
Yeah, I hear he's not the and plus, like, we're all taller for him. That's the other thing I hear about him. And then I saw Chris Snyder in the chat. What's going on, Chris? We'll do this one. Actually, wait, that's not the one I was wanting. Sorry, it was this one. What a joke of a film. Tom Cruise was trying, and I respect him for that. He's talking about the Mummy movie, and Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was fucking great. It's a shame the rest of it sucked. Yeah, again, like back and forth, like they had cool concepts and a cool idea, making it like its own little like cinematic universe, because that was what they were going for, kind of like what they're trying to do now with the Invisible Man,
Yeah.
and when they do the new werewolf movie with Ryan Gosling. So like that's what this movie was trying to set up, but it was so poorly received with how disappointing it was. They had to shut down all of that immediately. And then when they tried it again with the Invisible Man, and now it's now the kind of like the relaunch of this idea.
It's crazy. You make a good movie, and then everyone's on board. Crazy how that happens, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's just like, again, most disappointing movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And what's going on, Jeffrey Miller? Be boring.
Be boring.
Because again, it'll save your life, and being boring is cool. So just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody else. All right. Did you have anything else from 2017?
I had a couple of. Oh.
It's
a pepper flake in my throat.
Oh, that's the worst.
I have one that I haven't seen. It Comes at Night, which I've seen a lot of talk about the movie, but I haven't watched it. And then another one that I found was The Autopsy of Jane Doe,
okay.
Which makes me wonder if maybe it was like a festival sort of thing, because I thought it came out.
I think it was, because I put it as a note for a December movie. But again, that's fine, just because again, festivals in a way count. Like, it's just your preference, pretty much. As long as we celebrate it. Exactly.
But The Autopsy of Jane Doe is really good. I really enjoyed it. Again, I was expecting to be like really scared from it, and I was like unsettled. I'll give it that. Like Hell House LLC didn't even like unsettle me. I was just like, okay. But The Autopsy of Jane Doe, I was a little spooked. I was like, ooh, that's kind of creepy. Really enjoyed the movie. I did my makeup look for October from the movie, which I was pretty happy about.
That was one of my favorites you did.
That was definitely one of my favorites, because like I feel like that one I got like a good amount of comments on it, and like people knew exactly what I was just by the picture, which is always like a compliment. You know, it's like, oh, I know what you are. Just like, I was like, cool. Thank you, because that one was hard to do because I had to be completely blind for it.
Yeah.
Bailey had to like walk me around to like set me up and take the pictures, because I literally couldn't see out of those contacts.
Yeah, you used the same contacts they did for the Evil Dead.
Literally couldn't see shit. I was like walking around like clawing my way. I could only see like light, so I could see my ring light, but I couldn't see anything else. And trying to take out contacts when you can't see is terrifying. I had to like pull it to the side and pinch it out so I can actually see what I was doing with my other eye. But The Autopsy of Jane Doe, it was really good. I really enjoyed it, because it's like one of those movies that it's like you don't really know what kind of genre it is specifically until you watch it, which I already knew what kind of movie it was going into it. But it's a really good movie.
Yeah, and I love the setting they did too, like at the morgue too.
Yeah, it's just like one location.
One location, great twists and turns, great mood and atmosphere. And Destiny challenged me to do this. I'm going to challenge you all to do it as well. Midnight, right at 12 o'clock, turn off your phone, turn off every light in the house. I dare you.
Because it just adds to it. Because I had to watch it on my phone, but I made sure to turn off all the lights, and I put it in my AirPods so I can like have the full effect.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nakedness.
Girlfriend foo.
She gets it. It's not really it's not a happy movie. It's not a feel good. Tonight, midnight.
Tonight.
Date night tonight.
Oh, then I gotta give him a shout real quick, or he'll get mad at me. Hello, Brad. They ever had another third member of Good Real Hunting.
Welcome to your channel.
Yeah, welcome to your channel. I always told him the door is wide open for him to join us, but I guess that you don't like him. That's why he's just
I
doesn't
think he
show
doesn't
up.
like me
No,
because of our argument over Pray at Night.
no, don't do it. We're not doing this right now.
You're
But
right. You're right. I'll
no,
be.
he's such a busy guy, so I always just leave the door open for him. If he ever wants to join us, he always can. You know, he's more than happy to. So yeah, and then yeah, that's why. Brad confirms
Mhm.
it's the whole Pray at Night, which I feel a rematch coming in the future. I feel a rematch. So
I do too, and I'm gonna argue this time.
hell yeah, and I'm gonna let you too. I'll let you go all out. So it was that it for 2017.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we're gonna enter our last one right here. It is the 2021. We decided to throw in there, like, just go ahead, just celebrate the 1 year anniversary because that's important. Just because 1 year that it came out, and then we got let's see here. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, or The Conjuring 3, or The Conjuring, What the Hell Did We Just Watch? Came
Uh-huh.
out on June the 4th. 83% by the audience. I'll be honest with you. What? And then 56% on the critics. I rarely agree with the critics, but the critics are right, in my opinion, on this one. And this is also the movie I had Destiny watch because we gave each other like ones to watch from the list of the episode. And this is the one I had her pick. So I'm about to let her say her thoughts on it. And then the last movie is The Amusement Park, June the 8th of 2021. And yes, I already know what you're going to say. This came out in 1975. Yes, it did. Like, it was made to be released for 1975, but then I forgot the whole story about it. But then Shudder got the rights to it, and they decided to do a release for it. So it is on available on Shudder. And so that when Shudder released it, that is technically when this movie was born. So that's why it gets the 2021 treatment. So, Destiny, your thoughts on The Conjuring 3 that I had you watch, or any thoughts on The Amusement Park?
I've not seen the amusement park. It's on Shudder, like you said. I want to watch it. I just know it's like a really like upsetting movie,
And Zombie 2.
and so like I don't want to watch it yet because like I know it's gonna make me sad. It's like one of those movies that are just gonna make me sad. So I haven't watched it. But The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I watched this last night, and oh my god, I did not like it. I did
And I
not like
must be
it.
the devil because I made you do it.
Exactly, Brett.
Sorry.
This movie was just such a letdown, and it's like sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, damn, I really wish I would have saw that in theaters. This is a movie I was like, damn, I'm really glad I did not waste my money going to the theaters to see this because
Lucky.
yikes, I got to watch it for free instead of going to a theater to watch it. Because
Like
oh my
me.
god, I watched it. I was literally 8 minutes in and I paused it because I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is not scary at all. You have the boy doing a back bend like this, and it looks so bad. The CG, because his face is like CGI'd onto probably the. Because I know they had real people that were contortionists doing stuff like this in the movie, so I'm sure his face is just CGI'd over whoever was actually doing it. But it looks like shit. It looks so bad, and it was so funny because like the father, like father, got fucking slapped upside the face with a fucking plate, and I was laughing, and then the possessed boy started laughing, and I was like, yeah, that's fucking funny because he just got whipped in the face by a plate. That's hilarious. And like it wasn't. And The Conjuring is in my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. Love The Conjuring. And I enjoy The Conjuring too. I don't like it nearly as much as I do the first one, but I still thought it was serviceable. This movie, I do not even think it's serviceable. I did not like the CGI. I didn't like the story, really. I thought the story was kind of silly. And then the whole part that I was really excited for from the trailer is the scene whenever Lorraine's like running outside. And then it was just like, oh, she kind of gets dragged off the fucking side, and then she gets saved.
Yeah,
like,
the famous shot from the trailer.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, the coolest scene that I was looking forward to is nothing. Awesome. Super cool. The only thing that scared me watching this movie last night is, so Bailey was asleep on the couch because he fell asleep. he was taking a nap, so I was just letting him be. So I was watching the movie
Lucky.
in the room, and I'm sitting there watching it, and it's that moment where she's like looking around and everything kind of like changes and stuff, and then I'm watching on my phone, and then I see a figure look down at me like this. Like as soon as like the camera is like shifting, that fucking scared me. I almost fucking punched him. I was like, dude, don't fucking scare me. I was like, you literally scared me more than this entire movie has. And so I was just like, cool. It was just like the perfect timing for him to do that, because it was just like the part where it's like going sideways, and then he's just sideways looking at me. But that was like the scariest part of the movie, and it was something that had nothing to do with the movie itself. The ending, so bad. So bad. And it's so silly because they're standing there, Ed and Lorraine are standing there, and then like the devil, whatever, like the devil version of the lady was, and they're like, it needs a possessed soul, and the girl goes all Vecna on him pretty much. She's like, and then it's just like the demon mouth, and they're just standing there watching this happen. I was just like, what the fuck is this? I didn't like it. I did not like it. I gave it a 2.5. I really wanted to give it a 2. I'm only giving it that 0.5 because I do love Ed and Lorraine, and I think they're so good in the movie. Don't get me wrong. They're like the best part of the movie. I feel like almost everything surrounding that was just not good. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Especially like you, The Conjuring. Not only in my top 10, but actually my top 3 favorite horror movies of all time. You know how much it means to me because I still got this gift right beside me of the coaster you got me. But I am not going to show it for the fact that this fucking movie, Conjuring 3, does not deserve me to show it. So if we're talking about Conjuring 2 or Conjuring, I'll show it, but not for Conjuring 3 because is that disappointing, because I wanted it to be like the exorcism of Emily Rose. And I guess that's why I didn't like it. That's what hurt it for me. I want to say that, but just the more I think about it, and Brad's the same way. The more we think about this movie, the more we hate it. So that's why we kind of quit thinking about it.
And there was like a little twist in the movie, and I was just like, and okay, spoiler warning in case anyone hasn't seen it, but honestly,
we'll be honest with you. We're kind of doing you a favor here, but I'll put the X. I'll put the X symbol up, and I'll put it down when she's done.
Because it's like the woman herself that is doing all this shit is not a ghost. Like, it's a real woman, and then she walks into her dad's house and is here, and then all of a sudden behind him and like slits his throat. And I was just like, what the fuck? Okay, that was basically it.
Yeah, but just like, it's really stupid.
I had to rewind it because I was like, did I fucking miss a part where she walks? Nope, she just appears. I was like, what's going on? It was just stupid. And the whole like idea of it, that you just have to break the shrine, I was like, oh, okay. And also another problem I have is like, I follow a girl on Twitter that's a Satanist, and she's cool as hell. I feel like these movies really make Satanists out to be like the worst people in the world. They just want chaos. I'm like, I don't think that's exactly how Satanists are, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like they just try to make it like so like total like black and white. Like, Christians, hell yeah. Satanists, absolutely not. I don't know. It just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. They just make Satanists out to, hey, quit fighting. They just make Satanists out to be like the worst people ever. And it's like, I don't know about all this, but yeah, I don't like it. You're frozen.
Sorry, I went out just for a minute. Am I back?
You're still kind
of. Bless you.
Thank you. Your screen's still frozen, but I can hear you now.
Okay. So if I just go out, just give me a signal, and I'll just exit and come back in because I think the storm's here. That's why my signal's bad right now. Yeah, I know, but. Or it could be just us talking bad about this movie, which, you know what, we're still going to do it anyway, because I want this to be like the exorcism of Emily Rose, and it just was not, because I feel like that would have been a great idea to do that, but nope.
Nope, not good, not good.
No, not good at all, so, Let's see here. Bert, you are still freezing. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But we're about close to wrapping up. So actually, I'll just exit and come back in real quick just to see if that fixes it. So
Okay.
Destiny, you're going to be the star of the show real quick.
Perfect. That was always meant to be. Exactly. The devil's taking control. I wasn't saying anything bad, you know. I felt like I was defending. Okay. Like, I don't know. It's just like not good. Not very good in my opinion.
Better.
Now I don't see you at all.
Crap. Can you at least hear me?
No, it sounds like
Like a robot.
it sounds weird.
Damn. Luckily, as the last movie we talked about, so we're pretty close to wrapping up. Oh, shit. Alright, if you hear me, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Because I will figure this out.
I wish I could have one stream this week without fucking up. That's my issue. This channel started promoting Satanists and God shut this shit. Yep. You're right. Coincidence? I don't think so. Big time glitched. Yeah, it sounds really glitchy. Like, he sounds kind of like, from Unfriended Dark Web, and it's like, you don't understand, but it's all like modulated. Sound like shit. He is having issues. He's having internet issues because of a storm. A storm's a brewing. Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep. I think you would understand that. This looks weird with it just being me. How's y'all's night? How's everyone's night been? I got pizza, so I'm like excited about that. Pizza, and I have my Baja Blast. Oh, there's Brett.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, it's fixed now.
Okay, good. Like, I'm gonna take advantage of all this while we still can, because I swear to gosh, if this happens at 3:00 in the morning with technical issues, I'm gonna toss something. So, but yeah, that is it from 2021. Did you have anything else?
I actually had quite a few.
Oh, okay. Go right ahead.
So I'll start with the ones I haven't seen, but I do know of. Surprisingly, like I guess not surprisingly because it was like last year, but I know like every movie that I wrote down, I've heard of it. So one is Spare Parts, which I do own. I got it from Walmart because Chad said it's really fucking crazy, and I've been waiting to watch it. So Spare Parts. Another one that I know of but I haven't seen is False Positive, which I believe is still on Hulu right now. Oh man, he's frozen again. I'm gonna just keep talking.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so False Positive. Haven't seen it, but interested in watching that. I just don't like pregnancy horror. That grosses me out. Another one that I have not seen, but I've heard it's really good, is My Heart Can't Beat Unless You Tell It To. I want to watch that. I know it's streaming somewhere. Just don't know what it is. How was your pizza, Des? It is really good. So here's my pizza. I get thin crust, easy sauce, some cheese, mushrooms, and bell pepper and red onion. And I put some red pepper flakes on it. And if I'm feeling crazy, I'll do pineapple, jalapenos, and banana peppers, but that shit fucks me up. That destroys my stomach. Keep going, BRB. Okay, I'm gonna still keep talking. Brad said, good job, Destiny. This is a sweet channel. I would love to have you on sometime, Brad. Just let me know. I haven't heard that one.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because like I can't do it with my computer right now, so I'm just going to finish this up on my phone.
Okay, I only have a couple more. So these I have seen. It's called Caveat, and I watched it on Shudder, so it might still be there. That movie is actually, it's really slow. Like, I feel like not a lot happens in the movie, but I really did enjoy it, and there are some like pretty unsettling moments that I really enjoyed. And then another one called Censor, which I believe I also watched on Hulu. That one was really good. It's like this sister, like her younger sister went missing, and she's still like traumatized, and it's set in the 80s, and she works for like the video nasties, like cut stuff out of horror movies and stuff like that. I
Okay.
wish they would have shown more of the horror movie side, because I feel like they don't show a lot of that, and I was expecting to see like a lot of crazy gore and stuff, but the ending is like pretty fucked up. So Censor I thought was really good. And then another one, which is probably my favorite that I've seen out of last year on my list, it's called Vicious Fun. That one is on Shudder. It's in the title. It is so much fun. Again, I believe it's set in the 80s, and it has to do with like this guy gets caught in like with a group of serial killers, and he's like obsessed with like horror movies and stuff, and he's trying to like act as if he's like a serial killer too, so he doesn't get killed. But it's a lot of fun, and you have different types of killers there. You have like your sort of Patrick Bateman style character, which he is so much fun. You have more of your Jason type like killer, which again, so much fun. You have these different sort of killers, which is just great seeing them all like kind of work together. But I definitely recommend Vicious Fun if you have not seen it, because that
Hell,
movie, it was a great time. I'm really glad I finally watched that one.
hell yeah. I'll definitely add that to the watch list, and along with some of the other ones, especially the one you mentioned that Chad told you about. Because I
Spare
think,
Parts.
yeah, I heard it once, and I want to watch it.
And it has a really cool cover that I got from Walmart. It's like one of those holographic covers.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
like Psycho Goreman, how it was like really holographic. It's like that, and it's like pink and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I like the cover a lot for it.
ah, hell yeah. So I'm checking the comic section real quick. Oh, sorry. Let me get this comment real quick. Anyone know of an easy video editing software? iMovie. If you are like have like the iPhone setup and all that, iMovie's a good one from what I hear. And the one I use is Filmora X. I think it's really easy to use too. To me, those are like two good recommendations on video editing software. And then Harley Bliss, hello there. We're about to wrap things up here. Oh, he's just talking to
Bill Morago.
yeah,
Interesting.
tomorrow. Yeah.
I don't know shit about that.
Well, we gotta train you on that so you can produce more of that great content.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Okay, I'm checking the poll real quick. So to finish out the poll, 33 votes. John Carpenter's The Thing with 39%. Predator with 27. Poltergeist came back with 18%, and Scooby Doo 15%.
15?
Yeah, it took the lead over Poltergeist, but it just Poltergeist retook the lead.
Dang it. You know
Yeah.
what? That's fine. They're all, well, I haven't seen Predators. So I can't say anything about that. But the others are great. So
Mm-hmm.
tough
Oh,
competition.
yeah, absolutely it is. So Destiny. God, I'm telling you, it's weird with this phone. So
Welcome
any
to my world.
of the movies we've talked about on today's episode?
What'd you say?
I say anything else like you want to mention with any of the movies we talked about tonight?
No, I feel like I've seen maybe half of them, and the other half I have not seen. So I definitely have a lot that I want to catch up on.
Hell yeah! And plus, we got a whole another half of the year to do it. So
Perfect.
we'll go ahead and just wrap things up because again, me and Destiny, we're going to have to take a long nap so we can get ready for some Stranger Things that's going to be released at 3 a.m. Eastern time. So Destiny, anything else coming up on your channel or on other people's channels? Anything with the Final Ghouls?
We kind of put a pause on the final goals for right now. I don't think I really have, well, besides like Fear Freaks, which should be on Wednesday next week, like back to normal schedule. But besides that, nothing. It's too recent, right? I don't think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Our trivia, but I'll get to that here in a minute.
Yeah. I couldn't remember which day because it keeps getting moved around.
Yeah. I promise this is going to be the last time we move it. So, but yeah. Anything was that it?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And just in case if anything were to pop up, I got all of Destiny's links to socials and to the Fear Freaks and to the Final Ghouls in that comic or in the description down below. So be sure to follow her wherever she goes because she just once again does an excellent job at everything. And you're not boring; you're super entertaining, and plus super awesome. So
Thank you.
I know, I know. I'm look at me trying to suck up to her, but no, she really does deserve it. So, what's coming up on Good Reel? Nothing really much this weekend. I'm going to try to do a TikTok and a YouTube short tomorrow for my reaction to Stranger Things Volume 2 of Season 4. And then we're going to do a Slash It Out next week for Crawl versus The Shallows because it is that kind of time of the year again where it's freaking shark season. So,
Yeah.
Thank God, freaking bots.
Oh, I was like, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to myself.
Oh, okay. Cool.
There we go. I'm boring. But so yeah, there's that. And then not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday, July the 9th, is freaking I thought you were laughing at something. I'm like
I'm laughing at these bots.
I'm telling
you. Tinder.
Yeah, fuck Tinder. But so yeah, next Sunday on July the 9th, it is finally, and I promise this time, finally, Horror Trivia Night 666 for 666 subscribers. So it's going to be Team Final Ghouls versus Team Goodreal and Flopbuster, which I believe is just Tony that's going to be representing. And I believe as of right now, Braden's going to be our moderator. He'll let me know if that changes. So there's that. And then we're at 730 subscribers. So we're 20 away from 750, which will be the next trivia night, which Destiny wants to be the moderator, and I'm letting her have that power.
Yeah.
So be sure, yeah. So if you want that to happen, want to see Destiny be moderator, get us to 750 subscribers for 3/4 of the way to 1K. Until then, I got nothing else. Me and Destiny, or we're going to take a long nap. And if you want to join with us on the Stranger Things ride, I guess we'll just see you at 3 a.m. If not, we'll just see you for the next one.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Yeah, good night. Because we're literally about to go to sleep. If I can get to the video here.